Hello, hello, welcome to Mindset to Results. Today, our guest is Amy Ballantyne. She is multiple TEDx speaker and executive coach. And we will speak today about interesting topic. Do you realize your potential? Do you realize the opportunities you have? Hi, Amy.
Hi, thanks so much for having me here today.
You're most welcome. Thank you for being guest on our podcast show.
I know it'll be a great conversation.
Yes, definitely. Yes, and let's start with you. Share us a little bit about you, how you found about your potential, how you found your passion, and what you do now.
Oh, thank you. So I knew growing up that I wanted to help people, and I had this connection to wellness. And I think wellness is the thread that weaves through everything. So even though now I'm an executive coach, I believe that the stress at work impacts our stress at home, and the stress at home impacts our stress at work. And I actually came to this connection of wellness back when I was a little girl. My mom actually lost both of her parents before she was 10, and that impacted her life in a big way. And when I was little, she would say things like, well, my parents didn't take care of themselves. They didn't take care of themselves. This was the message that I heard over and over when whatever would come up about her own parents. And honestly, that became an underlying message within me of I wanted to live long enough so I could one day know my grandchildren and great grandchildren, hopefully. And this was a belief that I created from a very young age, so young, in fact, that I think I was about 5 or 6 when I was doing bowling lessons. I didn't do that for very long in my life, but I apparently I did bowling when I was very, very little. And so I made this belief that I would be this rockin', like super cool great grandma going bowling with my great grandkids. This is the vision that I put into my mind
Mhm.
back as a young person. And I believe that this has been a driving force throughout my life. Of course, as a teenager, I made some bad decisions, and university, college, we make some bad decisions for a time. But the underlying message throughout my life has been taking care of myself, taking care of the cells in my body, taking care of my skin, taking care of my mental health, taking care of my physical body, like taking care. And we know now that the study of epigenetics tells us that how we live our life now impacts us into our later years. So for me, it's about helping people to move through the challenges that they're facing in their life. And often there's a link back to wellness in some way. Sometimes we start off by, the challenges at work or the challenges in their home life. Um, but it often comes back down to us, to our thinking, to our how we're taking care of ourselves, how we're loving ourselves, those kinds of things. And certainly this journey for me has been about, I call it peeling back the onion, like peeling back the layers of the onion to uncover new awareness, new areas of growth for myself. Because as I peel back the layers and break through barriers and limiting beliefs in myself, I'm able to help other people do the same.
Yes, thank you for sharing. Let's speak about opportunities. What did you find? What opportunities lay in front of you, and how you
Mm.
can use them all?
Yeah, I had this belief in high school, actually. I feel like one of my strengths is visioning into the future. And in high school or in early high school, I made a commitment to myself that I wanted to get every single thing out of that experience that I could. So I joined every club, every sport thing that I was somewhat good at. And truly, like very few people really enjoy high school, I believe. I had a great time because I got involved in life. I tried new things. And I took that same mentality into my university days where I got involved in a ton of different activities to learn about myself, to learn about where I wanted to go in my future and how I could create a career from this journey. And I believe that there are opportunities presented to us constantly if we are open and we are willing to be curious about the things that are in front of us. So often with clients, I hear, well, I've never done that before, or I don't have time for that. These are limiting barriers to the opportunities that are all around us all the time. Now, I'm not saying that people aren't busy. Listen, I got 3 kids in sports. We're a busy family. We're go, go, go. I weigh out the opportunities as they come through to determine, is it going to make a difference for me in some way? Is it going to bring me some level of happiness? Is it going to bring me some level of peace or calm? Or is it going to teach me something that will help me either as a human or help me as a coach or speaker? And there are opportunities all around. So it's looking at, is it, what are your goals? Is your goal to be to improve in your business, to improve in your relationships, to improve uh, in your work life, to improve in your wellness, and looking through a new lens, looking through a new set of lenses as to the things that maybe you haven't tried yet, that you see other people doing, that you're like, maybe I could go on a walk every day for 10 minutes. I see this friend of mine going for a walk every day for 10 minutes. Maybe I could try that, right? It's being willing and open to trying new things. And things that have worked in the past too.
Yes, yes, right. You just mentioned trying new things. I recently started playing tennis. Yeah, so
Ah, yeah.
when I started playing tennis, before my passion was dancing. And then suddenly I just thought that let's try something new, which I didn't do
Very cool.
before. So I joined a tennis club and
Very
started
cool.
playing tennis. So I enjoyed so much. And before I didn't do that. So yeah, it is really great to do something new. Yeah, because if
Mm,
we don't do anything new, first, we don't support our brain cells, yes, to
hmm.
new brain cells to
Yeah, growth.
grow and develop because uh, we have to do something new, yes, to stimulate that growth. Even it is suggested to do things with left
Hmm.
new experience so you can stimulate the different parts of the brain work and
Yes.
yes grow those new cells which are so important
Hmm.
and also as you said yeah, discover different things because this helps to change our paradigms this help to us to do something new because if people just do the same again and again, again and again. They are like those robots. It's become like a robot, just automated behavior, automated habits. And this is become less conscious and more automatic things. Yes, and
Hmm.
when we start doing something new, we bring that new energy and we widen our perspectives.
I love that. Yes, I 100% agree with you about challenging and changing the paradigms and looking at creating those new neural pathways, right? The the thing that we've always done has a very strong neural pathway. It's the habit, right? It's the pathway that's deeply ingrained in us. In order to create those new habits, we have to start building that new pathway. And as you're starting in tennis, I'm sure it's a learning experience, right?
Yes, yes, yes. Before I was very passionate dancer. I was dancing every week for from
Oh,
6 to 10 hours every week.
what kind of dancing?
bachata, salsa, kizomba, like this, like
Wow.
dances.
Wow, amazing.
Yes, and then it became like a little bit like, okay, let's do something new, what I
Very
didn't do.
cool.
And yeah,
Yeah,
so I feel this really fun when now I play tennis table and tennis. So changing activities brings you energy, new skills.
absolutely.
Yes. And also, let's come back to the topic about opportunities. Yes, as you
Yes.
mentioned, of course, not every opportunity is good. As you said, that we have to choose opportunities which are right for us, yes, which are
Yeah.
aligned with our values, aligned with our goals. So, what helped you to see right opportunities for you?
Mm. I I am a person who pays attention to things around me. So, um, which sometimes isn't great because all the marketing, all the posters, all the marketing signs, I pay attention. And uh, I think that there's an opportunity for people to notice what areas are becoming available to them all around them. So, for example, I became open and aware to opportunities by talking with different professionals, by doing research around me. Like, for example, when I wanted to up level to executive coaching, I started doing research in a variety of ways to determine what would be the best program to give me the support I needed to get to that place. And so I started talking to people. I started asking different questions. That's a really big thing, is what questions are you asking to uncover these opportunities around you? Who are you surrounding yourself with that might have ideas and answers, suggestions? Do you have a mentor? Do you have a coach? Do you have someone holding you accountable to taking those actions? So um, I do a lot of networking as well. And that has allowed me to open new doors, new ideas, and unlock new ideas in my own mind because of the circles that I'm in and the people that I'm having conversations with.
Yes, also what I noticed that when we have clarity what we want, when
Mm,
we start thinking about this like new, something new in our life, our goals, and then we can start noticing different opportunities which are coming aligned with that goal.
yes,
Yes, so we have to be very focused and remind ourselves daily about the goal. Yes, so laser focused and
yes,
choose to do only things which are bringing us to that goal. Yes, so because there are, of course, so many opportunities now. We are
mhm,
bombarded by different emails and do and that and do this. And I just delete every day. I delete so many emails. I don't know where
yes.
they come from. I just go email and just delete, I don't know, tens of emails
That's
which
amazing.
all come like, oh, this is amazing opportunity, right? So of course
Yeah,
you're not going to do all that things, but
that's
when
right.
you really have big goal and you conscious about what you want to do, yes, what's your step,
Mm,
then you will start seeing different opportunities for that. Like your intuition is very important, yes, and also delete that noise, become do less is like created
mm,
space, remove
yes,
things which don't serve you and don't bring you to that goal, right, which are not aligned. You have to remove them to to clean the space. You create that space
yes,
for new things come. And when you use your visualization, yes, you imagine, if you when you start spending time more with your goal, this is how your subconscious mind start showing you the way. And
mm,
sometimes it is like a magic. You think like how it could happen, that I just thought about this and now I got the answer. Yes, and this is how
Yeah.
step by step it just starts opening that road, and you just take steps further, and you see how it works. Yeah, so being aligned and having clarity, I think it is important, as well as listen to your intuition and
Oh,
be
yes.
open to receive. Yes, be open to receive, just create that space and calm down. Yes, it is not being busy, like when I hear people, I am busy, I'm busy, so busy, so how far you move being busy. So being
Mhm.
successful and achieving your goals doesn't mean that you're busy. Yes, sometimes people are busy and they just don't get anywhere. They just get exhausted,
Busy
stressed.
doing what, right?
Yeah, busy doing what? So be really aware of what you do, because if we just doing the same things again and again, and we don't see results and continue being busy doing the
Mhm.
same, it means that nothing will change.
Yeah.
Sometimes the biggest mistake is when we just push harder something that doesn't work and we just think
Yeah.
that I just have to push harder. Yes, and instead of that, you just have to look at things from different perception and change what you do, and it shouldn't be hard. A real success happens with ease, yeah, with ease,
I
and it
agree.
is like quantum leaps. You have to grow from within, and this is how you change.
Yes, I absolutely agree with you on all of the things that you just said. The times in my life where I've had those quantum leaps, those beautiful moments of growth with ease, was when I was tuned in and focused on the things I was aligning with, very clear on my goals, and really intentionally choosing my thinking to be aligned with where I wanted to go. And like you said, clearing out the emails, clearing out the garbage that is getting in our way, the busyness. And one of my favorite learnings actually came from Brendan Burchard in his book, The Motivation Manifesto, where he said, does your calendar reflect the goals that you have? Are you actually invested in and blocking off time for those goals to come to life, and time, as you're saying, to be in visualization and meditation, even, and the state of connecting to yourself and connecting to alignment, of that feeling that you're going after with the goal. And one of the best practices that I did was, I left a job so I could be more focused on the goal that I was after, and that was a scary step to take for sure, but it made space for me to really step in a big way to creating the life that I was after. Now, obviously, that's not a thing that everyone can do, but it's finding, it's being intentional with your time and putting time in your schedule for those moments of connection to what you're after, and taking those actions that are going to get you the results that you want.
Yes, and also prioritizing those tasks. Yeah, and doing
Yes.
those tasks first, because we used to do things which we like to do.
Yeah.
And when we want to change something, we have to change our routine. We have to start doing new things. And
Yeah.
it is not easy to start doing new things, because our body will just tell us, let's just have fun, let's just do something that we like to do. And so we have also to be disciplined to understand uh, what frog we have to eat. Yes, from
Yes.
kind place.
Yes.
So eat the frog, like do that things which you don't like to do, but you know that this is exactly which will bring you results you want. Yes, because if you just prefer doing what is easy, then you will never do things what is really necessary. So
Yeah.
prioritize tasks, do task first what you don't like to do, you know that this is what will bring you results, and then do the rest.
Yes, I agree.
Yes, great. You are also author of the book Celebrate Yourself. So would you like to tell us a little bit about your book?
Yeah, so celebrate yourself. Become your own cheerleader through mastering the art of self love and unshakable confidence. Um, Really, this book came from my years of coaching. And one of the things that I ask my clients at the beginning of every call is, what are you celebrating? And the interesting thing that I noticed is that most people show up to those first few calls and they say, I have nothing. There's nothing to celebrate. Um, and this was very interesting to me because the idea of gratitude has been around for a long time. It's a pretty significant movement that has happened. Uh, but celebrating themselves, they many people feel uncomfortable because we have been conditioned from a very young age to not celebrate ourselves, to not sing our own praises because we might look like a show off. We might look like we're arrogant or we're full of ourselves or whatever negative connotation you want to put on this concept of celebrating yourself. So I am attempting to move people in this direction of connecting to those positive moments in their own life for them their own selves. I'm not suggesting that we need to, get on top of the roof or the mountaintop and scream, I'm the best in the world. Although, maybe that would be interesting to see if people actually started loving themselves to that level, but not taking it as judgment or meaning when other people are celebrating themselves, right? That's part of the challenge is strengthening our confidence in our self-love enough so that so we can hold the space for someone else to celebrate themselves and not have it be mean that there's something wrong with us. There's nothing wrong with any of us, right? But oftentimes when we hear someone say, "Oh, I wrote a book," or I did I climbed this mountain or something, we go into this state of, "Oh, well, I'm not good enough," which that there's a whole part of the enough and worthiness in the book as well. But we compare ourselves so much and we put ourselves down so much in this connection to celebration. I am aiming to turn the table around on this so people see that when they begin to celebrate the micro, the small, the medium, the large wins that they have in their day, there's an incredible amount of fuel, there's an incredible amount of momentum and motivation that can be built. Because when you think about, for the example of wellness, the person who's sitting on the couch and hasn't done any movement, let's call it for weeks, but they know that they want to. If I were to ask them what they were celebrating today, they probably would say nothing. But what I say to my clients back when they say I have nothing to celebrate, I say, you know what? Did you put on clothes today? Well, yeah, but that doesn't matter. Well, it's a positive step in the right direction. Did you brush your teeth today? Well, yeah, but that everybody does that. Well, that's not a reason to discount it. That's not a good reason to discount it. If we start looking at all the small steps that we're taking and actually showing ourselves kindness and love and compassion and really seeing, okay, so I brushed my teeth and I had a glass of water and I had something to eat this morning, you're far more likely to get up and do the next activity because you're seeing the positive momentum that you are creating versus staying blind to this idea of, brushing your teeth and having a shower. Oh, that doesn't matter because everyone does it. I don't care that everyone does it. I'm talking about you, the person. And if it's helping you take actions, positive actions in your life, then that's like climbing the rungs on a ladder to get out of the bottom, to get off the couch and go, oh, wait a second, look, I did these 6 things already. That's pretty awesome. Yay, me. And then they're more likely to take the next step in whatever they're going after because they're in a more positive state. They're seeing and treating themselves with kindness and compassion versus beating themselves up because they just went for a 5-minute walk. Well, instead of saying just, could we say, I went for a 5-minute walk and I'm celebrating that I moved my body today? Some of these things are subtle shifts that can make a big difference.
Yes, I'm totally agree what you said because our saboteurs can make
Mm-hmm.
it look like it is good to criticize yourself, because when you
Mm-hmm.
criticize yourself, it means you will do better. But it is not true, because when you let your saboteurs dictate your state, your energy, it means that you will feel in negative state, in low energy.
Yeah.
So as you said, instead of telling just 5 minutes, only 5 minutes, you can look at this from sage perspective. Yes, and
Yes.
celebrate. Yes, I did 5 minutes today, so tomorrow I can do 10 minutes. So
Mm.
you look at sage perspective, and this is in positive. So when you look at yourself at positive and celebrate, you make your brain look for wins instead
Mm-hmm.
to look for what you did wrong. It is like I decided when I decided to start walking every day 10,000 steps.
Amazing.
Yeah, so I just decided that because it was winter, I sat a lot and I started gaining weight. And I said, no, it is not who I am. I am fit and
Mm.
I look like that. And this is who I am. So I said, from today, I'm walking 10,000 steps. That is non-negotiable. And in the beginning, it was like 10,000 steps. What if I busy? What if I said, no, let's look at this is like easy, easy. So I walk like in the morning, then during the day, and I saw if something left to 10, I just go in the evening and cover that
Yeah.
difference. So when we start focusing on something, it becomes easy. It becomes like just part of you, and you just do that things, and then you can see results in your fitness. For in my
Mm.
situation, yes, like for example, weight
Yeah.
and other
Yeah.
things. So the same about things. When we start focusing on wins, our brain will look for opportunities to
Yeah.
fulfill that. Yes, like bring that
Yes.
more. And this is how we reprogram our brain to look for for things we can celebrate, for wins. And
Yeah.
automatically we will start looking, as well as now I'm just looking how many steps I have like during the day. Then automatically I know,
Mm.
okay, I have to plan my day, so I have time to do that. Yes, so this is how your subconscious mind will look for things, how to add more wins to your day or to your week.
Mm.
And you will be in this sage positive energy, doing much more. It will become more effective and productive instead of being negative and just judging yourself and finding reason where you failed.
Yes, I absolutely agree with you. And positive intelligence is a course that I also took and absolutely found a lot of value in understanding these concepts. And I also talk about the negative inner critic, the negative voice on the shoulder that's too loud. Uh, this is a thing that's been there from the beginning to keep us safe. And there are certainly moments when the inner critic keeps us safe, but it also keeps us stuck. It keeps us playing small. It keeps us in that place that it knows. And I'm celebrating you for doing the 10,000 steps. That's incredible. It's it's this choosing the goal that you have, which you chose was 10,000 steps. I love that you said that you had the non-negotiable, that you were finding time, you were scheduling time in your day to make it happen, and you were checking in, and your brain started looking for opportunities to make that happen. Yes to all of it. I love that.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. What we put attention to, this is where our energy follows. Yes, and this is
Yeah.
what start happening. Even things that could look for us very big, when we start moving towards that, we don't see them any big. It just becomes
Yes.
normal. Yeah, so
Yeah.
and this is about everything and about our identity, about our standards.
Mm.
I am person who accept this and don't accept that. Yes, as you said about uh, your goal to be young, to celebrate your grandchildren,
Mhm.
grandchildren. Yes, so this is all about standards. Yes, so when we tell ourselves that I'm young, I'm fit, I'm doing that, so this is how we will become. Everything is coming from those programs.
Yes.
Sometimes people come to my interview at 50s, and
Mm.
li- like one lady said, like she was 50 and 50s, and she said, like, we old people, like, and I said, like, old people, like, uh, I don't think about myself like I'm old people, like it is so much,
Yeah.
depends on perspective, how we see
Yes. And mindset.
ourselves. Yeah,
Yep.
mindset and our identity. It's like
Hmm.
my daughter tells me, Mommy, you're so beautiful. You're like that wine. Like longer it stays, it is becomes better. And yes, and
Ah.
really, like every day she sees me say, "Oh, you're so beautiful," like
Oh.
and this is also see, like look my photos like 10 years ago, 15 years, and I look now better and happier than I was 20
Mm.
years ago. And this is, yeah, so it is not about age. Yes, of course there are some physical process, but it is so much depends on how you see yourself. If you see
Yes.
yourself young, if you see yourself healthy, you will not allow yourself to go out of those standards. For
You
example,
make different choices.
yeah, for me, yes, it is like sometimes I go like this, like for example, maximum what my weight was, it was 61 and 5. And
Hmm.
I said, no, this is
Mm.
maximum I allowed myself because it is
Yeah.
not who I am. So I just started go like taking actions that I
Taking the
said, those
actions.
10,000 steps. And I got again to my norm where I feel good and this is who I am. Right. So when we
Mm.
have those standards, we already like have these programs. When we come to some limit, we understand that no, this is what I don't accept that. I have to
Mm.
do something, and this is having standards is so important. Yes, to
Yeah.
know who we are, and it is not about, of course, our how we look. It is about everything. Yes, who we are, what our values, what we accept, what we don't accept, and we always have to raise our standards. We see how we can even raise that plank.
Yeah. I love that. What you're making me think about here as you're talking is this idea of as we connect to our standards, the thoughts that we're choosing impact the feelings that we experience. So if you are sitting on the couch beating yourself up because you were, what did you say, 61 and 5, right? If you are beating yourself up and, oh, I'm not, I'm overweight, I'm not good, like all these negative things, the feelings that you get are pretty negative, and the actions that you want to take are not that great, right? You probably want to sit on the couch for longer and take and eat some more chips, right? Because you're just in that negative spiral of thinking, and then that causes the negative feelings, which then leads to the negative actions, which gets us nowhere. But if we start looking at, okay, I want to lean into my standards. You said, no way, this is not who I am is this, right? Then the feelings that you got, it sounds like were motivated and inspired to take action, hopeful, excited, right? And those feelings caused you to go take the action of walking 10,000 steps, and I'm sure other things, and have led you to the results you want. So if we can start looking at the thinking that we're stuck in, is the thinking helpful? or is it hurtful? And moving from there.
Yes, 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 totally right. And also, we think in images. We think in
Yeah.
images, so we have to create that image which inspires us.
Hmm.
That is how we will start feeling well. Yes, thoughts cause feelings, and feelings cause actions, as you said, and actions
Hmm.
cause reaction, and this is how results happen. Yes, so we always have to be conscious about our thoughts and create images, because we always have the choice, or think that, oh yeah, I'm like this, but what I can do, this is just process, I'm getting old, and all people get old, so I'm not exclusion of that. Right? So you can have so many different thoughts, or you can choose that, no, I'm young, I have so much in my power, I can do that, I can
Hmm.
play tennis, I can walk, I can swim, I can run, whatever. Yes, go gym. And this is image which you create in these both cases is your choice. Yes, and
Yeah.
where you focus your attention, where is energy goes. Yes, and this is what
Yes.
you will see at the result, because our subconscious mind doesn't differentiate as reality and what you think, what you choose, and start getting to that frequency, tune into that activities. This is what it will create as a result for you.
Yes. Yes. I love that. If we can utilize the and support the unconscious mind even more, it can focus in to another level.
Yes, yes, I mean, so let's just conclude our conversation. We covered so many topics.
Hmm.
So we started about speaking about opportunities. Yes, so really we have so many opportunities, and we have everything in our life to be the person who we're meant to be. For
Hmm.
this, we have to know exactly what we want. We have to study ourselves, and we have to look open space and look for those opportunities and act. Yes, don't let them pass by, so you
Hmm.
don't regret later about things which you could do and
Yeah.
didn't do. So, what are your uh, like some resume from our conversation that you would like to share before we wrap up this episode?
Yeah, I think the one thing as you were saying that, I believe that as young people, we spend a lot of time thinking about our future, right? When we were young, we spend a lot of time thinking about who we want to be and where we want to go and what we want to do and all these things. And then we get to adulthood, which is where we spend the majority of our life, and many people stop creating the vision for who they want to be, creating clarity for where they want to go. And that's the opportunity that I would invite the listeners to lean into is, when was the last time that you thought about who you want to become, and what are the things that excite you that are coming up and can kind of come forward in your life? Uh, where do you want to go? What do you want to learn? We have the opportunity to continue to learn until that very last breath, right? We have the opportunity to continue to grow and become until that very last breath. So, are you taking this beautiful opportunity that you have in front of you to think about who you want to become, and are you taking actions towards that?
Yes, yes, so well said. Yes. Find out who you want to become, because you're
Mm.
so unique. You have unique talents and gifts, and you are only one you on this planet. You just think about so powerful and so precious you are, because there is nobody else like you. Yes, so
Mhm.
discover what is that genius in you, what are your strengths, and be brave to do what you really love to do. And you will be rewarded, you will be discover so much about yourself. So always look for opportunities to grow and to discover new things, because this is what makes our life beautiful and interesting.
And celebrate yourself along the way.
Yeah, celebrate yourself along the way, and of course connect with Amy, learn from her book, and Also, let us know about what you took away from our episode, from this conversation. So put comments and connect with us. We will be happy to hear from you. Yes, thank you, Amy, so much for being amazing guest, for sharing your expertise and knowledge. Yes, it was great discussion we had today.
That was awesome. Thank you.